Howdy and welcome to Serial at Midnight. My name is Heath and we are talking about Death Wish with Charles Bronson from 1974, making its 4K Ultra HD debut from Kino Lorber in a 4K Blu-ray combo pack. This movie is about to be 50 years old. It was 1974. This is 2023 as this package is being released. And it is fascinating to me that this movie about gun violence and about gun control and about vigilantism is as relevant today, if not more, than it was almost a half a century ago. We talk about this a lot because I'm covering more, and my focus is on movie history. We haven't changed. This is what I see over and over again. We as a society, as a people, our goals have not changed. Our foibles have not changed. Our debates have not changed. We keep doing the same things. 100 years ago, we talk about cancel culture 100 years ago. We talk about, the gun debate 50 years ago. This is a fascinating movie. And I think the secret to Death Wish is that it is played so close to life, so true to life, that it is, and it's also nuanced. It's complex enough that you could argue both sides of the debate. We're in a very divided world where one side hates the other side and they just go back and forth at each other all the time. I think both sides see themselves in Death Wish. So is it a movie about the success of a vigilante, or is it a movie about the man becoming the thing that he hunts? I think you could argue it both ways, and that's what makes a really complicated movie. That's what I want. I want movies with complicated themes, with characters that aren't black and white, that walk this line, that require lots of, open to scrutiny, open to lots of conversation. Bronson is fantastic in this movie. The duality, a regular man, a family man who's been touched by violence and then becomes violent himself, what it does to him, physically what it does to him, mentally what it does to him. This is a fascinating movie. From the 1970s, an era, one of our most fascinating eras for movies, because we're talking about these complicated themes. We're talking about a society looking in the mirror and saying, who are we? There's a cynicism to it. There's just so much here to unpack and to explore. The movie itself is fantastic. It's got an early role from Jeff Goldblum. It's a small but very important role. And also an early role from Christopher Guest, for Spinal Tap. These go to 11. Spinal Tap and Waiting for Guffman is the next thing that came to my mind. Christopher Guest. But it's a very serious role. And it's just really, really well done. Michael Winner. Now, if you only know the sequels, if you only know Reagan era, big explosions, Bronson just cutting loose, mowing everybody down, that's later. In fact, think about Rambo, that's the comparison too, is like Reagan era 80s action movies where it's just huge body counts. Rambo, so look at First Blood and then look at what the franchise became. That's similar to Death Wish, is like this is so far removed from some of the huge spectacles and high body counts that would come later. This is very grounded. This is a character study of one man. And that's good stuff. It's adapted from a novel, which is part of the reason for its success, I believe. A perennial film. How does it look on 4K? That's what you want to know, right? It looks good. I'm happy to say it's from Paramount, and Paramount is sometimes they throw us curveballs. So brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. That is as pure of a source as you're ever going to get for a 4K. And sometimes we talk about the way that, here's the thing. Sometimes a 4K is just not a very big leap above the Blu-ray. Sometimes it's not an improvement at all, especially for things that are shot digitally. Oftentimes, it's tough to tell the difference. Thankfully, I noticed that this does look better on 4K than it does on Blu-ray. The colors seem more natural. They have not tamped down the grain. That's my concern with Paramount. As more and more, I feel like they're smoothing their 4Ks. I'm like, don't do that. Guys, don't smooth the 4K. Leave the grain alone. And it looks very filmic. Now, keep expectations in check. This is a gritty, dark movie from 1974. Most of the movie takes place at night or in the subway, or it's not a candy-coated movie. This movie's never going to look like, it's not going to blow your hair back. Sometimes the 4K is just one or two clicks above the Blu-ray. That's what this is. It's 1 or 2 clicks above the Blu-ray. But for a guy like me who loves movies shot on film, shot on 35 millimeter, I do see this as an improvement over the Blu-ray. I will be watching the 4K from now on. It's got a commentary from Paul Talbot, the author of the Bronson's Loose books. He is the Bronson expert. He really, really knows this stuff. And it also has an interview with the actor John Hertzfeld on it, who is, he's got a role in the film. I don't want to say what the role is because it's kind of plot-centric. But he gets to talk about, what it was like to be on the set. And it's a nice, welcome interview. Anytime we get involvement from the people that were involved in the movie themselves, that's great to have. So Death Wish on 4K is a nice package. You're getting the 4K and the Blu-ray. So if you're not 4K capable yet, you do have the Blu-ray and you're future-proofing your collection should you choose to buy it. So let's continue the conversation in the comments below. Guys, thank you so much. Take care. Until next time, I will catch you later.